Start with Cordarrelle Patterson. I think he's probably the most unique kickoff returner. A lot of times you just want to kick it out of the end zone, but he'll take it 9 yards deep at times. How do you have to emphasize him more than most kick returns?
No. I mean, you always got to respect a guy that has 8 career touchdowns like that. I mean, he's one of the greatest kick returners I think at least in my time. I mean, he's big, he's fast, he hits it downhill. I mean, he, like you said, he lines up at 9 yards, and when he hits it, he hits it. But regardless of who's back there, we emphasize the same message. If they want to bring it out, we got to make sure we're doing a collective effort to tackle. If we get touchbacks, that's great. But you never know. He could jump and catch it at 109. We got to make sure we're down there doing our fits, making sure it's a collective effort to get him down and help the team in the field position.
What did JJ arcega-whiteside show you on special teams this summer?
JJ did an unbelievable job. I mean, he's a big wide receiver. He has good athletic ability, and it was all the want to really of embracing it. Just like everybody else on our team, they kind of embraced a special teams role. My job, Tyler Brown, and Joe Panunzio's job is just to keep it transparent with the guys, what we expect of the guys, and they could take it how they want. But I thought everybody's done a great job, especially JJ, showing that, hey, I could do this, I could help the team. And, it's a team game. You can put everything aside, but if you want to help the team, that's going to help us get better and better as the weeks go on.
Obviously, Shuri and Mac McCain were just recently acquired by a team. Where do you see them fitting in on a special team?
They obviously, it's a whirlwind for them. They just got acquired and everything, but it's up to us to get them up to speed on everything, especially the basic concepts. We have a very simple scheme, so it's not hard to do that, but it's just getting them in the comfort level. It happens in the NFL. It happened with us, myself last year in San Francisco, so it's not like I'm something novice to it, but just getting them their comfort level up to there where they could just play fast. If they could play fast in this league, they'll be just fine.
Were you asked to watch film on their performance during the preseason on special teams, and if so, how did they stand out?
Oh yeah, I watch film on everyone. There's some guys that stand out, some guys that kind of go under the radar. But when they ask me to do it, I'm gonna do my due diligence to do it and find out what their strengths are and what they could really excel at and help the team at. So that's what my job is to do. And I think those guys coming in, they've taken a hold of the reins and they're ready to go out there.
Reagor and Gainwell are listed on the unofficial depth chart as your returners. Is that the way that you see it going into week one? And specifically with Gainwell, what gives you the confidence that he's ready?
Yeah, with both those guys, I mean, we've had a plethora of guys be the returners and take a whole bunch of reps. And they've all showed, in practice situations and game situations that they're ready to go regardless of what they put them in, whether that's a returner or somewhere else. Both Jalen and Kenny have done a great job so far. In terms of who's going to be out there on the first punt return and kick return, I think we could let that be a guessing game until about Sunday, about 1:05.
In Reagor's case, what has he shown you before he starts returning? So in terms of the catch, the decision-making, things of that nature.
I think with him, it's just his comfortability seeing the ball off the foot. Obviously, last year, he had a little bit of a hand injury and everything, but this year he's really excelled at just seeing the ball off the foot. And Aaron's done a great job helping him see the ball off the foot. And I think once again, it comes back to that confidence level, that comfort level. It's like knowing, all right, if I get my feet there and I see it all the way through, because he has all these explosive intangibles when he does get it. And it's, the first things first, catch the ball. Then we'll get everything else caught up with him. So he's done an unbelievable job of just embracing it and taking it, a whole new level in terms of catching and his mechanics.
Who would you say is your fastest guy on coverage units?
Fastest guy? I mean, that's a good question. If I were a betting man, that's a good question. I think they get off at a little bit different speed come game day. Some guys have better adrenaline during game day than during practice, but I think a lot of the guys that do play with speed all end up in the same type of category. Running down there.
With that said, though, we know you take special pride in gunners. Is there a player that you use as an example from your past at gunner when you break down film or show guys the proper technique?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be around some really good gunners, and it's not just guys I've experienced; it's all around the NFL. If you were asking personally, the guy that I probably show the most is Raheem Mostert in San Francisco. Obviously, we had him here as an undrafted free agent. But just showing how, if you just run without any regard, it's going to come down. I always tell the guys, hey, the easiest tackle is a fair catch. If you get in a guy's face, you don't have to put your body through all that harm. So that's a big, coaching point I have for the guys. And just to get back to Bo's question, I would probably say Quez. And I had Tarvarius Moore as well, one of Quez's old teammates at Southern Miss. And those guys that I do show, but I also want to show our guys. Showing our guys, them making plays, getting off a release, just that. So they, once again, it comes back to the confidence, the comfort level. Like, all right, I could do this when my name's called, when my number's called, and get him down there.
Mike, I know you don't want to give up the returners because you have a competitive advantage, but if there's a high leverage situation, how do you handle that with Nick? Do you have different options? Do you guys figure that out beforehand? Could it be somebody different?
Yeah, we talk about this, we always have a game plan going starting from Monday or Tuesday when we start really game plan, getting through situations like the high level situation. Who do we want out there between myself, Nick, and Howie? And like, who do we want to put out there? Who's going to give us the best opportunity to win? So we do have those conversations for in those high risk, high level areas. Who's going to go out there to field the punt or the kickoff return?
Two more, folks. Is there any lingering soreness in Jake's ankle or anything like that?
Not that I know of. I talk to him every day. He seems like he's on the up and up. He's been kicking the ball great the last week or so. He's raring to go. I know he's been chomping at the bit since the end of last year, so we're really happy with what Jake's been doing, and I think he's really excited to go down there in Atlanta and show off what he could do.
How about for you personally? What's the significance for your first game as a special teams coordinator?
It's a very good question. To be honest with you guys, I really haven't thought about it too much. My main focus has really just been getting these guys, the game plan, get them ready. I'm sure Saturday night I'll get a few texts or calls from family and friends like, hey, how do you feel? But for the most part, I'm going to keep my same routine. Regardless of the title that I have, I'm going to go out there with some sort of cool confidence and, I'm going to keep within myself. I'm not a very loud, vocal guy, but if I can keep that on the sideline, I think it's a cool, calming effect for everyone. And we go out there and give our best foot forward, have a good game plan going. I think it'll be all taken care of, and I don't have to worry about, the extra nerves that go through with it.